I recently came across this thought, which is, why is the competent black man most neglected? Again, why is the competent black man most neglected? And when I say that, I'm saying a black man who understands their task, understands their duty, understands their purpose, understands themselves. It's not looking for validation. Just straightforward. Why are they neglected by society? Why are they neglected by their people, by their jobs? Because, like I said, I look at other communities and other societies, and they're the top picks. When people who are competent in other communities go out for a job, they're picked. When they go out for, seeking relationships, they're picked. They're sought after. They're talked about in the highest regard. They're respected. They're held up on a pedestal, and not in a negative way, but they're highly regarded for. And I turn around and look at our community, and number one, we don't receive that kind of treatment, and number two, society doesn't give us that same treatment as they do anybody else in that same position, but from another community. And I sit back and I wonder, why is this? And what we would tend to lean on is, the stereotypes that have been said about us. Maybe that's why we're not chose. Maybe that's why we're not picked. Maybe that's why we're neglected. Is that why we're not, is that what everybody thinks about us? That those thoughts? So that's what their leading reasons are? Or is there a deeper reason? And honestly, I would have to go with the latter. The latter meaning there is a deeper reason to why the black man is neglected. And I think deep down inside, people are not prepared for that type of energy. To me, I think it's a whole different level of energy when a black man is in the position of a leadership role, when a black man is in a position of power, when a black man is in a position of just doing the damn thing. It's a major difference. And I think the world, society, people are not ready for that. They're not ready for that energy. I think certain people who are in position or in place have not been able to exercise their roles and their positions to their maximum capacity yet. Meaning, or what I really want to say is, they haven't been able to milk the cow completely before they give the black man the chance. Because they know, I believe deep down inside, when the black man has the opportunity, nobody's going to be able to top it. If you look at the NBA, since the black man's been in the NBA, nobody's been able to outdo him. When you look at football, nobody's been able to outdo him. I would say the same thing about baseball, but I can definitely say that when you look at the top home run hit, who's up there? Hank Aaron. Even Barry Bonds was up there, but they threw an asterisk next to his name. But a lot of people in baseball was on steroids, and to me, steroids doesn't add or take away to your game. And there's been a lot of more people out there who haven't been caught. But let's, Barry Bonds, we got Hank Aaron, we got Jackie Robinson. People who came into the game, changed the game, and are black. And I think society's just not ready for that. I think the propaganda and the stereotypes that's been told about us, a lot of people have ran with it because that's been able to jade them on how they see us and our abilities. But I think people are just not ready for a black man to be in that role, in that position. Even our own women, I don't think they're ready for it. I think they even ran with the propaganda about black man, and they're not even ready for that position. They're not even ready to quote unquote submit or ride with the black man when he has a plan for success. Because the lies that she's been sold favors her to do what she wants to do, or favors her to look out for her best interest and not the best interest of the community, her future kids, things of that sort. And I think this is why just the black man who's competent, the black man who is prepared, the black man who is ready, the black man who is intelligent, this is why I believe he's just neglected. People are not ready for that. In a perfect world, there would be top pick, top selection. But like I said, it only seems like we're top pick or top selection when it financially benefits people and we are not put in a role to where we can get the most respect. Meaning the highest role that they will give us is an athlete or a rapper, but it's always somebody who's cutting that check that has way more and puts a ceiling on us. Meaning they'll still cut us a check for 40 million, 50 million, 100 million, 250 million to bounce a ball or rap or sing. But they also put a ceiling on what you can say, how you can say it, and how you can affect people. Meaning you're still a puppet because that 250 million that they gave you, they're generating a lot more. And they're altering your message and altering your way that you're seen in order to still benefit them, and it still neglects the power that you have and the abilities that you have. Just like when the whole Black Lives Matter thing came out and LeBron wanted to speak out, and what did they say? Shut up and dribble. See what I'm saying? They told him shut up and dribble. So it's always a ceiling of what they let the black man do and have no more. Like I said, even at work, they only let a black man go so far, do so much, In relationships, you can only be a certain type of black man who can get into a relationship. And if you're real competent, you're really intelligent, you're really on your square, good luck. Because like I said, on paper, they would love that. But in real life, in real reality, I don't think people, even black women, are prepared for that. That type of power, that type of energy, everything that comes with that. I don't think the world, women, is not prepared for that. Like I said, people haven't been able to milk the cow for themselves yet in order for us to get ours. That's what I highly think. Anyways, let me know how y'all think about that. Am I right? Am I wrong? Y'all feel the same way? This your favorite cousin Rich. Y'all be safe out there. Love and blessings.